Hello. Estamos de vuelta en The Call of Cthulhu. Y nos quedamos justamente aquí. Esos güeyes se iban para allá, a la chingada. Y esos güeyes se quitaban aquí también. Entonces vamos a investigar más acerca de lo que ocurre.
These wounds.
Bueno, eso sigue siendo lo mismo. Aquí otro policía, vamos a ver si quiere hablar. A ver si le podemos sacar información.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
Chale.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him
Aquí un
badly. He
sobreviviente.
can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Vale. Nos enteramos que sobrevivió alguien. Valex. A Sinken. Sobrevivió alguien, No puedo hablar con este men. Está tranquilo. Está de chilling pescando. Vale. Investigación, Ojo. Gimme that shit, girl. Dice, la habilidad de percepción te permite detectar objetos escondidos cerca de ti cuando no los encuentres. El icono no sé qué.
Hello, old friend.
Botella de licor. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. All my bitches saying hi. Vale, tengo una botella de licor. Vale. Tiene algo escrito, Algo escrito, pero como en ruso o algo así. Señor Brendan, no sé qué, no sé qué. Vale. Mira. Ocultismo.
Saint Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Vale. Era como un santo, ¿no? Santo pecador.
I've no idea.
Ok, hay unas palabras que están en otro idioma que no sabemos qué pedo, pero porque no sabemos ocultismo al 100%. Así que hay que recordar que eso está allí, vamos a cerrar esto por si acaso. Vamos a salir por aquí. ¿Podemos subir esto? Ah, qué falso, joder, de cagada. Por aquí no hay nada, vale. Tenemos una botella de vino o de licor. ¿Verdad? Is that motherfucking yeah? Sí, mira, aquí está. Botella de licor. Esa botella pertenece al cargamento robado de la jefa de los contrabandistas, Kat. Un modo excelente de ganarse la confianza del tipo que guarda la entrada al almacén, ¿vale? O sea, eso es como un chantaje, ¿no? Vale, pero vamos a seguir explorando antes de darle chantaje, que eso es lo que necesitamos para pasar. Vamos a seguir explorando un poquillo el lugar. Este güey no quiere hablar, vale, perfecto, check. Un cangrejo. Estamos en Japón. Todo eso está hecho cagada, vale. Como que las texturas me cargan haciendo popping. Muy raro, güey. Hola.
You live here?
No.
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to Saint Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
¿De qué hablas,
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
Vale.
What brings you to dark water?
Muchas cosas realmente.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
Los
They're protecting
contrabandistas,
their
ojo.
territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
Ok, Kat es como la líder de
Only
los
they would kill
contrabandistas,
each
vale.
other.
Vale.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
Vale, su casa, su barco,
It's
su
not
barco.
because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Vale.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around
Son
here.
vagabundos, viven
Fitzroy
bajo un
gives us a
barco.
few chores every now and again,
Y
but since the
alcohólicos.
whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Perfecto. Vale.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Hasta luego, hasta luego. Vale, esa gente es marvada, ¿vale? Pero...
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you now.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Vale. Le tienen miedo a la bebecita de Belín y bebe whisky también.
Who's this guy?
Hola.
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Ok.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your
Fuck
racket.
off.
I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
No sé. Vale, vamos a integrar.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Vale, luego.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
Vale.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one...
Vale, ok. Vámonos de aquí.
I
Vale.
bid you gentlemen farewell.
Vale, vámonos. Vale, sabemos más información sobre Kat, que es contrabandista, es mala, bla, 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 bla. Y aquí está la misión principal, ¿no? Ahí está el señor ese. Así que vamos a dar la vuelta por aquí, a ver qué tal. De chilling, ¿no? Básicamente chilling. No hay perilla. Aquí hay un señor. Turbina
You
separado.
saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of
visitante,
that
eh?
woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
¿Sí crees?
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you.
Ok.
I shall take my leave.
Pues sí debería hablar con el capitán, ¿eh? La bebé chota, bebé locha. Aquí está cruzado esto. Por aquí se ha abandonado, ¿eh? Ojo, me marca que aquí hay algo, ¿eh? Ah, let's go. Palanca que tiene un mecanismo.
A handle.
Vale.
It must come from these old winches.
Y encima me marca otra cosa, que hay como algo oculto aquí.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Vale. Aquí no será. Aquí no. Aquí.
An
Engranaje.
old cogwheel. Rusty,
Vale.
but in working order.
Hay cosas por
A
aquí. ¿Eh?
whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Vale. Huesos de ballena. Qué sorpresa, ¿no? Donde hay muchos huevos de ballena, hay mucho óxido. Mira qué cosas. Pieza grande permite levantar y mantener la.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
Vale. La pregunta es, ¿arriba habrá algo? ¿Does baby right or no? Ah, pues todos esos
I
aquí.
could use this old winch.
Montar el engranaje, la marraca y la traca y girar la manivela.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Tengo que tener la fuerza necesaria. Tengo 3 de fuerza, o sea, yo digo que sí, güey. ¿Ves?
Damn, I broke it.
Supa mi polla. Parece que no, ¿eh? Du huevos. Al parecer no fui demasiado fuerte, supongo. Y se rompió, o sea, no pude ir por ahí. Perfecto. Ok.
Well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf.
Hola.
You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Your turf. That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around.
Marguillo.
My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who
Es
stays
cat,
out.
no es cat, sí.
And anyone who doesn't respect my rules,
I
I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Uy, cabrón, qué pedo. Huevo, pues si tú eres militar, ¿no?
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Me acaban de verguer.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming.
Ni yo, la verdad.
If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Vale, me acaban de me metí una cogida increíble, tú. Una morrilla. Vale, antes de cualquier cosa, voy a ver al... qué pedo, qué raro. Voy a ver al Fitzroy. ¿Puedo pasar aquí a ver antes? ¿Hablar con uno de estos dos? Ah, sí, mira. Perfecto.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
Hola.
You're back again. What
Sí,
can I do for
me
you?
acaban de averiar.
Apparently, the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
Vale, puede ser.
You're
Sí, sí,
back
sí, sí.
again. What
Can you tell me where the warehouse is?
No, no,
Look,
no.
I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front.
Perdón,
You
amigo,
can't
¿qué?
miss it.
Understood.
What
The miraculous catch.
¿Qué es la pesca
Is it a local
milagrosa?
legend?
No, no, it's an
¿Qué? Bla,
outrageous
bla,
dis-
bla, bla. Vale, sí, ya. Bueno, hay nada
I shall
más
be
de
on
que...
my way.
Come,
De qué hablar, la verdad. Vale, ok, perfecto. Vale, lo único que me queda, aparte de la brisa que me dieron, es darle la botella al guardia. Y ya, se acabó.
Don't put that beast back in the water,
You again?
No need to get worked up.
You again?
No need.
Ah, vale, no me deja entrar ni con la putísima botella que tengo. Qué locura.
What's with you, Wander?
We saw you talking to the two soak. Go die of thirst.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
What's with you wandering around?
We saw you talking. Go die of
Vale, verga, no sé
I
cómo
bid you
entrar,
gentle-
No tengo...
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Das baby right. Pero no sé cómo entrar. La botella la tengo todavía, ¿no? Mira. ¿Ves? Bueno, dice que es para ganar la confianza de este güey, pero no me deja
You
dársela.
again?
No need to.
¿Ves? No me deja dársela ya. Vale. No se la puedo dar. Y es un... Cuchao, güey.
What? Another break?
One of those.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. It's something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little
No,
advice.
pues no.
If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed.
Vale, perfecto.
Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, detective.
Vale, bueno, pues elegimos que...
Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors.
Me agaché sin querer, Roberto.
Captain as they do their old statues.
Quería correr.
Sooner or later, all statues get
Me
buried
agacho a la
in
altura del
bullshit,
culo.
and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local
¿Un cigarro?
cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Camina un poco más lento, porfis, porque igual me duermo. Igual demasiada acción
He's with me.
Okay.
Se los dije, pendejetech. Ni antes de todo y ni uno funcionó, es locura. O sea, nada de lo que intenté funcionó y tuve que venir a arrodillarme básicamente. A chupar patas. Oh, de un boa, oh, de un boa. Perdón, me perdí. Perdona, perdona. Hay unas escaleras, están rotas, pero... sí puedes subirlas, me jodas.
Move that for me.
Churu. Pásale. Vale.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Vale, ya se va, vale. Que nos deja aquí. Que es justo lo que queríamos.
Ugh, this place stinks.
En efecto, apesta patas aquí, pay. Vamos
What is the
a...
connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
a la chingada. A ver, dice, para reconstruir una escena mantén los dos botones, ¿no? Y ¡ah, la flashbang! A la chingada, igual flashbang. Vale, oh, ok. Ah, aquí vivían.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
No pueden dormir. Un ocultismo otra vez. Ay,
Is this
otra
one
puta
of
flor.
Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Para salir de la reconstrucción puse clic derecho y clic izquierdo, vale.
What is this
Ah,
picture
mis
of
ojos, güey.
Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Alguien se queda, mira aquí se meaba, vale, perfecto. Le Petit Paris. Vale, a este falta esto.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks.
Sí, en efecto. Vale, me falta este. Ay, flashbang.
What happened here?
Muy buena pregunta. Muy buena pregunta. Flashbang. Vale. No sé para qué me sirvió, pero vale. Ok. Qué rastro este lugar, ¿eh? Aquí vivía alguien. No es lo que me quieren dar a entender. Que aquí había alguien. Esa pintura es de ocultismo, no sé qué, bla bla bla. ¿Ya? ¿Eso es todo? A ver, vamos a ver el diario. Muelles de al menos. Ahorita tengo una misión, tengo que salir, supongo. Tengo 4 puntos, ¿vale? Podría meterme en elocuencia o en psicología. Voy a meter En psicología unos puntillos, la verdad. Elocuencia y psicología es lo que necesito ahorita mismo.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off.
A ver.
The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
Vale.
Andrews, would you please shut the door?
Vaya qué raro, ¿no? Interacción.
This guy went right under your nose.
Qué rara
Her
interacción.
again.
Hola.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
¿Qué pasó?
Is
No
it
entiendo.
far, this mansion?
¿Hice algo mal? No entiendo. O sea, es muy rara las
Look
interacciones
behind
aquí en este
you,
juego.
at the
¿Eh?
top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Vale. O sea, hacer texto simulator esto, o como. Porque si hace texto simulator esto, me voy a dormir yo, Jardín de la mansión de los Hackins. Pierce consigue entrar al almacén. En lugar supuestamente abandonados hay sorpresas. Signos de ocupación reciente y una pintura parcialmente quemada. Su búsqueda se ha interrumpido por el agente Bradley, pero Pierce logra convencerlo para que se una a la investigación. El agente de policía acepta llevarlo al detective a la mansión de los Hackins. Vale, pues estamos en Japón, ¿no? Estamos en la mansión. Vale. Uy, este juego va de rodillas, qué locura, bro. No sé cuánto dura, pero va como a 2 centímetros por hora. Hay alguien, Qué feo eres, Permiso.
Well, here we are, Hawkins mansion.
La mansión de los Hackins. Bueno, vamos a llegar aquí, yo creo.
The
Porque
place has been abandoned
lleva media hora,
since
o
the
sea,
fire.
qué locura.
There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Vale, ¿qué me dijo? El lugar está abandonado desde el incendio. No hay nadie más viejo que Winchester en su cama. Nomás está el viejo, es verdad. Okay.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Mm,
Or do you want to go up there?
no, te voy a preguntar otra cosa.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other...
Tengo más preguntas, tengo más preguntas.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Hmm.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem.
Okay.
So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house.
Si estaban en
It remains
bancarrota,
to
¿no?
be seen what they did
Bueno,
with all
casi.
the money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Vale,
Night
vamos.
falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
Bueno, vamos a jugar un poco más,
I'll
vamos a
go
jugar un poco más,
with
porque
you, if only to reassure Silas.
Que dice iré con usted, solo que sea para... Vale, sí, sí, sí.
Why
venga,
not? You can help.
Right.
Right.
Let's go.
Let's go. Ok, vamos a jugar un poco más porque creo que 5 minutos han sido de busca. O sea, yo 28. 5 minutos han sido de no saber qué hacer. Y 8 son de un cortometraje que me acaban de echar ahorita. Y mucho texto. Entonces. Ay, Dios santo. El juego va a ser texto, texto, texto. Como a mí me gusta leer, leer, leer. Como me duele. Investigando. ¿No puede ser? Está investigando.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
¿Dónde está el policía? Policía, policía. Is that blood? No puedo salir del camino. Uy. Vale. La tumba del pequeño Timmy, ¿no?
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Ok, vamos a la mansión.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged...
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. The caretaker...
Vale. ¿Y dónde está la del niño? El niño, el niño. Ahí está.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
¿Nada más es eso, cabrón? Vale.
Charles Hawkins.
Vale, dijo, dame un tantito, ¿no? Así que vamos a avanzar un poquito. Vamos a explorar así sin él. De poquito vamos a investigar. ¿Vale? ¿Qué putos fliqueos meto? Es que no es porque quiera meter fliqueos, Es porque la sensibilidad está muy alta y no sé cómo bajarla. Vale. Estoy en la... Estamos en Japón, miente. Ok, por aquí no se puede pasar porque está el árbol este todo gordo. O sea, por el camino principal no se podía pasar de por sí. Por allá hay cosas, A ver, ahorita que regrese el güey este porque no... Ay, cabrón, con todo. Aguanta, perro. Hola, virga, qué pedo, aguanta, cabrón.
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Tiene un hacha, no tiene una pistola,
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on dark water.
De verdad.
What do you think you're doing? So talk, and no baloney.
The police report describes a
No
domestic
tienen la fuerza
accident.
suficiente para quitar a un
But
anciano
Stephen
un hacha.
Webster has several
No me lo
reasons
creo,
to
no
believe
me lo
that this
creo.
may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin.
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do.
Le dieron un logro por
Go on,
convencerlo,
then.
güey.
Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Wow, qué rápido lo convencí realmente, Vamos a investigar un poquito por acá ya que estamos. Puto ruquito se puso todo intenso, enverguizo. Para acá buena, acá buena.
This gate is locked.
Está bloqueada, vaya, ahorita. No había nada aquí, pero de todos modos voy a investigar porque no me gusta dejarme nada y bla 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 y bla bla bla. Y chalala. Aquí no hay, en efecto no hay ni un choto aquí, así que vamos a bajar también otra vez. Aquí está la cabaña del ruquete, ¿no? Ahorita que estoy arriba vamos a aprovechar y vamos a entrar a su casa a robarle todo.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Vale, acabo de interrumpir mi voz. I don't like that. I don't like it. ¿O atrás puedo entrar a la casa tal vez? Así que sí. Con su permiso. Pero voy a entrar a su casa. ¿Hola? Se supone que aquí tendría que pasar algo, ¿no? Pues supongo que si no hubiéramos ido directamente allá, aquí no encontraríamos una madre así muy rosera. Vamos aquí. El punto es que no se puede abrir la puerta, punto. El peor es que no se puede abrir la puerta, ¿verdad? No. That's right.
I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Solitude myself. Por aquí no hay nothing. No, nada, vale. No voy a entrar a su casa. ¡Ey, un hacha! Me va a venir de huevos. No voy a agarrar. Perfecto. Vale, aquí no hay nada tampoco. No. Si venimos por aquí no me deja. No. Pues qué pérdida de tiempo más de puta madre. Sí. Qué huevoch. Pensé que sí puede entrar a la casa del anciano este, bueno. Al parecer no. Hola, Chase.
Yes. Shall we enter? Now that you've finished
You're right. Let's go.
Vamos, entramos. Cuchín, cuchín, perrín. Y intro.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Vale, vamos con refuerzos, es lo bueno. O sea, no vamos solos. Vale.
Follow me.
Follow
I
me,
know the
this. I know the place. ¿Qué
Who
vas a
left this
ver,
light on?
perro? ¿Qué vas a ver? ¿Quién dejó las luces encendidas? Muy buena pregunta.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
No, vale, tengo que hacer un flashbang. Cuidado. Me viene hiper increíble esta madre justamente cuando estoy jugando en la noche. Para que me quede un poco totalmente ciego, la verdad.
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this?
Ya empezamos con cosas raras, God damn it, básicamente.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Vale. O sea, las cosas que sí se completan, como que aparece el fantasma, ¿no? ¿O qué? O no sé, no tengo puta idea, la verdad. A ver.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
The boy is probably here. He smashed his plate on the floor.
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat or something else?
Se ve a peleilla, la verdad.
Something happened at this table. An argument?
Vale, me caga la puta. ¡Ah, no!
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Mira cómo se mueve el fuego, mira cómo se mueve el fuego, mira. Se mueve como mi muevo. Muy raro porque...
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles. Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready
Una
to go
puta rata
somewhere.
toda tiesa, qué rico.
Without Charles.
Es un puto calamar eso. Es un puto calamar, Pero me refiero... Ah, la zona que se quemó aquí fue esta, ¿no? Fue esta y esta. Esta o esta.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Vale. Charles Hawkins posa a guisa de explorador. ¿A guisa? ¿Qué es esto? Posa a guisa, no sé. Delante de las ruinas de aspecto exótico de dominio público, derrochó su fortuna en numerosos viajes. Vale, sí, básicamente su fortuna la gastó en viajar.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Charles and Sarah's wedding is painted by Sarah herself.
Vale.
Let's see if I can find something
Vale.
the cops missed.
Momento. Cierro los ojos hasta para no ver esas madres. Ah, mis ojos otra vez.
The child's corpse left a trace.
Vale.
Where are the others?
El cuerpo de los
Was
chavales.
Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Vale, el Charles era un alcohólico cagón, ¿no? Se ve que aquí pusieron la mano a alguien.
Did someone escape the fire?
Sí. That's baby right, baby boy. Ah, mis ojos.
They had a fight. Why?
¿Sí crees? ¿Sí pres? Un zapato.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Le pegó pum, pan, scrish, splash. Al niño también le pegó un vergazo. Trumba, pamba. Y todo se quemó a chingada.
Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Vale, pues pelearon como a las 3 de la tarde. Hay un cuadro aquí, fue el cuadro que se lo robaron, ¿no?
If the painting I found
La
on the docks really
putísimas
came
flashbang
from here,
estas que
how come it didn't burn?
en efecto, ¿por qué no se quemó? ¿No? Dios mío, que dejen de usar el blanco para pasar de escena, lo prometo. Qué locura es esto.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident.
Vale. Se puso alcohólico, le pegó al niño, le pegó a ella. Pero bueno, y se incendió
This was
todo,
a
güey.
fight.
Vale, fue un accidente, ¿no? Literalmente, pero fue más,
Someone fell here.
fue más culpa de él por alcohólico, supongo, ¿no? Y todas esas cosas. Y salió corriendo
A
en
desperate
llamas.
attempt to flee.
Ok. Desperate attempt to flee. Un moñoco. ¿Me tiene otra flashbang? 3, 2,
Boy,
1. ¡Pum! ¿No? Ah, no, casi.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
Facciatieri.
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
¿Sí? El único... La única forma de saberlo es literalmente yéndonos a un lugar que no sea la zona principal donde ocurrió. No lo sé, bro.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything.
No, tranquilo,
Chief
bro.
West found out about what we're doing. I'd be in serious trouble.
Tú tranquilo, que me dejes
This door is
trabajar.
locked.
No tiene que decir en voz alta, ¿eh? This door is locked. Digo, this door is locked. Dice, esta recopilación sobre medicina de prácticas sanitarias del siglo XXIV, no, del siglo XVIII, solo engloba los acontecimientos y las sociedades llamadas civilizaciones, bla, 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 bla. Básicamente es una mejora, ¿no? Para la, la de medicina. Sí, 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 sí. Y todavía no me deja meterle... No entiendo, eso no entiendo, o sea, ¿por qué? Tengo dos libros de mierda, pero por alguna razón no me deja. O sea, no me deja como... ¿Me entiendes? Mira, conocimiento, aquí está esto. Tengo 2 libros. Y se supone que esto me tiene que dar mejoras y no me las está dando, loco. Bueno. Lo que quieras, pincho cagada. Vale. Hey, hola.
These bandages
Vendajes.
are covered in dried blood.
But whose?
Vendajes de sangre fresca. That's the right question, boa. Aquí hay algo, ¿eh? Me marca mi conocimiento general, aquí hay algo, ¿eh?
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
Vale. Una musiquilla, básicamente.
This door is blocked from the outside.
Aquí hay algo y no sé el qué. Aquí hay algo. Si voy para allá, ¿se desaparece el icono ese?
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Dated 1818.
Es aquí, pero la verdad es que no sé dónde. Es la gran pregunta. Amigo mío. Una palanca encontrada en la mansión de los Hawkins. Probablemente pertenece al guardés Silas.
A crowbar. Could prove useful. This door is blocked from the outside.
También está lo que aquí, ¿no? Fum. Vamos a ver rápido. Pasa que estoy jugando el balón en el momento. Vamos a guardar el este porque no sirve ya. Tenemos una barra por si acaso. Barras. ¿Qué pasa aquí? escucha tenso. Vale, ¿qué es?
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
¿Verdad que sí? Mira, Moby Dick, la ballena.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Vale, no hay nada. Nada, ¿verdad? Más pinturas.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Cuerpo humano análisis cooperativo. Me hicieron unas ideas sobre las particularidades del cuerpo humano, que van más de medicina, ¿no? Sí. Ahora sí me deja mejorarlo. Tampoco. Ah, va mejorando literalmente con cada libro que agarro. O sea, 20, 26, 20. Oh, qué locura. No sé yo, si voy a completar eso. Va muy lento encima. Supongo que tengo que ir con mucho ojo. Hola, se oscureció de repente. Qué huevos. Qué huevos. Una puerta. Está cerrada, supongo.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Vale. Estoy dando muchos libros.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
Recognizable.
A book on hunting whales. The island's staple diet last century. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Vale. Soy yo, escuché pasos corriendo.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Ok, dice, como sabe, dice, muy señor mío, ¿no? Como sabe, siempre albergado por su familia y por usted, el máximo de los respetos. Por desgracia, no puedo seguir cerrando los ojos ante el tremendo comportamiento de su señora esposa. La semana pasada volvió a aterrorizar a mi chilienta. Sé que no alberga malas intenciones, pero creo que debería confiar a los cuidados del doctor Fuller. Solo él parece capaz de conseguir que atienda a razones. Si se repite el caso, le aseguro que por mucho que me duela hacerlo, me verá la obligación de llamar a la policía. Ok. Me veré en la obligación. Vale, estoy investigando de más, yo creo, porque yo creo que aquí vamos a venir con ese güey.
Locked.
Locked.
The boys' room.
El cuarto del mocoso ñongo. A ver. Cierro los ojos y me quiero Saiyajin. Guap. Dios mío, los momentos, los flashbacks estos.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
O solamente jugaba también. Puede ser.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Vale. Dibujos. ¿Eso no es importante, los dibujos? Yo digo que sí. Medicina.
Pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
What was wrong with this family?
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them?
Vale, el niño tenía pesadillas.
Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Vale. Porque el niño también veía cosas como la mamá. Vale. El niño también veía cosas como la mamá. Qué locurón, locurón, truqui, triquitrón. Aquí hay algo, hay que buscar. Aquí está. La llave que abre la puerta del despacho de Sarah Hawkins está escondida.
What will her room reveal about her?
Ok, ese es el cuarto de la chiquitita. Ok. O sea, de la señora, ¿no?
Barbiturates.
Barbie.
Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Deprime el sistema nervioso, pero una vez que empiezas a tomarlos ya no puedes vivir sin ellos. Sé de lo que hablo. Vale. Le vamos a ir por el policía porque estoy avanzando mucho, yo creo. Y le vamos a dejar allí porque yo así llevo bastante más. Policía, policía. Perdona, perdona. Nos vamos a esperar que diga guardado otra vez y ya. A ver qué me
What
dice.
do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects. Did you hear that?
Vale, no me acompaña. Ok, esto está yendo bien, vale. Vamos a esperar que diga guardando y ahora sí lo dejamos. Pero entonces estaba yendo bien. Si él no me acompaña, voy yo solo, me da la pela. Tengo la llave de la mamada esa, de su consultorio. Eso está totalmente
This door is
cerrado.
locked.
Vale, no tienes que decir en voz alta, bro. Me acabo de dar cuenta. Okay. Yo tengo llave de aquí. Permiso. Ah, no, ni siquiera tengo llave de aquí. Lo rompo porque soy un mardoso. No me
This
lo creo.
padlock is too complicated for me.
No digas mamadas,
It's no
pai.
use. The padlock won't give.
No digas mamadas, pai. Entonces aquí, ¿no? Aquí la llave, vale. Hola, qué chingados. Buenas tardes, tetona.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Buena pregunta. Partida guardada, aquí está. La vamos a dejar aquí en la mansión de los Hawkins. Y nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo. Adiós.